TWM podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Raw Talk. We are here with three people more than were in the audience for Raw last night. And honestly, we're just here to give our reactions because Lord knows that they need them. WWE really needs crowd reaction to work. Apparently that's a thing, but we'll talk about that more later. Hello. My name is Joseph. Welcome to Raw Talk. We are part of the TWM network. We provide you news, reviews, both in audio and written form. In audio form, we provide it 6 days a week. In written form, pretty much every day. If something happens in wrestling, we're going to write about it. Our website is twm.news. Our podcasts can also be found there. They can also be found on various places, including Spotify, YouTube, and wherever you get your podcasts. I am getting utterly ridiculous at doing this. Honestly, I'm just really getting good. I'm really getting into my groove. We have sponsors. Yes, we do have sponsors. This podcast, Raw Talk, where we talk about Raw, is brought to you by We Love Sport, who are a great app. They've got an app and they've got a Twitter account, and they find you your nearest sports bar showing you the latest WWE pay-per-views. You can see what they were planning on welovesport.co, but in all seriousness, they are providing a pretty cool service right now. You should actually hit them up. They're part of the content brigade that you're going to need if you're locked up in your home. Speaking of locked up in your home, I am joined by two guests. Oh, and also there's another thing, but maybe I should hand over to my first guest. My first guest is a key worker. He is Tom. Tom, is there another sponsor that we have?
Yes, we're also sponsored by wrestlecrate.co.uk, and as always, we have a fantastic deal with our sponsor. If you enter the code TWM Wrestling when you sign up, you get not 1 month with a free item, not 2 months with a free item, but 3 months with a free item for each month. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. You just go to wrestlecrate.co.uk and put in the code TWM Wrestling.
And that is that. That is Tom. Tom is key worker Tom. Hello, Tom. How are you?
Hello, Joseph. How are you, key worker Joseph?
Okay, and we do have another person here. We do have the wonderful, the incredible. She's way smarter than both me and Tom put together. She is the quarantined Victoria. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm alright. I'm good as can be.
Good as can be, but yes, I am your host, Joseph. I guess it's time for me to say that we are, I'm not on lockdown, I'm also a key worker. It's really depressing, but I guess I should say welcome to the Kingsley Penitentiary?
No, you don't.
So, bit bored, aren't we? Well, we're either on lockdown, right?
Yeah, life. It's as if life does not exist outside of those four walls.
Yeah,
except it does inside a four-sided ring!
Way! And you didn't make the Cesaro mistake. Kudos. Every single main story is going to be named after a movie that you may or may not be able to get on various streaming services, one of which may have launched in the UK today. First one...
Don't rub it in even more for me, please.
Robin, what, Thomas? Victoria, do you have a streaming service that launched today?
I may be.
You may be.
Don't rub it in. Don't rub in the ability that you can go and get it, okay? If you're going to get it, just go and get it. I'd rather everyone had it and I just sit here and wallow in my own self-pity, okay? That the Middle East cannot get a certain streaming service, and I am not saying the name because
honestly, half of what you're talking about, I might just clip it and caption it, Tom, about a virus. Anyway, the first section, like I said, movies. That's the theme of the titles of each segment of this show this week. The first one is True Grit. What do you think that's about, guys?
I know.
Victoria.
I know.
Oh, let him have it. Go on.
Oh.
Edge and Randy Orton. No, I'm wrong. Am I right? I can't remember. It's been a long day.
Anyway, honestly, with two incredible promos, they've built this match to where it needs to be, proving that you don't need all of the razzmatazz and the constant jumping each other when everything is stripped back if you've got two world-class performers. Am I right, Victoria?
Yeah, I think what's so great about this, it's so personal and it's kept very simple. They haven't gone over the top. Everything's very simple, really effective, and last proved that and added to it.
I feel that. I do feel that. And but Tom is so in the promo. In the promo last week, Edge talked about Mick Foley handing them the torch, and in the promo this week, Randy Orton essentially threw that torch on the ground and pissed all over it. So is that 100% the worst thing that Randall Keith Orton has ever done?
Ow. Peeing on stuff. Randy Orton.
Oh, I didn't even mean
Worst thing he's ever done.
I didn't even mean to do that.
Referencing from 15 years ago. Love it. Controversy.
Wasn't it less than 12 months ago he did that thing on Twitch? Anyway. While I've got you occupied, Tom, in fact, you guys talk about the segment. I've got 2 questions to close.
You know what? I've got to say, I really think that both this feud has actually benefited from a lack of a crowd at this point, because, like you were saying, the simpleness of these promos and the personal touch of this feud, you don't need a crowd. You can feel it. We talked about last week how Edge's promo was more in the style of like an action movie type of thing, really close and personal, and Orton was able to keep that going today, and it was so subdued as well. I wasn't any shouting. The tone of the voice was very low and serious, and I feel like not having a crowd allowed that, and it's just built up the anticipation even more, and so much so that this is the match that I'm gutted will not be in front of a live crowd now. It's the other matches I think will be fine, but this match, the crowd reaction after these promos would have been it would have been an eruption.
Victoria, what's your take on it? And who do you think is going to win?
I'm really torn. I think going the story, it could really go any way and it would work, make sense still. I think in my heart, obviously I'd be rooting for Edge, but it could go either way and still work. I'd really be the outcome. I think that's what's so great about this, is it's not as predictable as probably would have thought it would have been. But yeah, I think this is going to be great. This is the match I'm probably most excited.
And
didn't they release what day matches are going to happen on? Which day was this happening on? I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure seems something. Right now it seems like it's Raw Saturday, SmackDown Sunday, but I could be wrong.
That would be an interesting way to play it, actually, Raw Saturday. And if this is on the Saturday, I really want... Well, no, if it's on the Saturday, then you're going to have Drew and Lesnar.
We'll get...
I feel like this match should main event one of the days.
Well, they definitely could have done... Anyway, no, we'll talk about this later. There is one question that I need to ask you two before we end it. And I'm going to start with you, Tom. In your opinion, what is grit? Is grit falling down and getting back up again? Or is grit staying power?
Oh, I think the ability to bounce back. Because we all know how hard it is. Once you've been knocked down a certain amount, it's so hard to get back up on that horse, get back in. And it's not just a sporting sense, in the sense of life. You've got to have that grit, the power to be able to push yourself back up and do it again, and then do it again. Like they say, you get knocked down 99 times just to stand up 100 times. And for me is grit.
And Victoria, what's your opinion? Do you think that grit is about wilting and then coming right back up, or do you think that it's more about stamina and ploughing?
I think it's about, because it's easy. It can be easy to stay down, to stay where you are, even to stay down and stay where you are, higher position. To fall and then back up, something that not everybody has. So I would,
Okay, so it's official. Both of the people on this podcast would prefer more rounds than like just one long one. Let's move on.
Oh, man.
And this next one is called Street Fighter the Movie. Why is it called Street Fighter the Movie? We'll give this one to Victoria to start with. Oh?
Hello?
Yeah.
I figured it out.
Go on then, Tom. Why is it called Street Fighter the Movie?
Are we basically calling Seth Rollins M. Bison?
Yes! Yes! This is delicious!
Got it!
No, but he does call him Bison. At WrestleMania, I am a god.
God. I just got what's his name? From Adam's Family that played M. Bison. What's his name? Raul Julia in my head now. Yeah, I've just got him in my head, his picture. Just on his face, on Seth Rollins' body, just going, I am God.
I've just got Seth on Raul Julia's body saying, for me, the day I curb-stomped Samoa Joe into a wellness policy violation was the most important day of your life.
Oh, if we do not get Seth Rollins coming dressed out as M. Bison, then they have missed a trick here.
Victoria, quick question. Do you have any idea what we're talking about?
No.
All right, let's get back to talking about what we do know about. Victoria, this was astounding promo work from both Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens.
Great.
Yeah.
Seth can have some really great moments on the mic, but when you just let him, sometimes it's like, okay, I'm talking. And then there's times like last night where he just delivers something great. And this was just brilliant. I loved this. And before, I wasn't that, these two are obviously going to have a great match, but seeing so much from them, so much of the same stuff from them time and time again, week after week, I wasn't that excited to come. But after this, it's just added a little bit more depth. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, like added a little bit more spice to that, didn't it, Tom?
Yeah, I feel like obviously this is the longest feud going into Mania, without a doubt. I mean, this has been going on, I want to say about 4 or 5 months now. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and this has got after Mania. That's got to be it for this feud. Then this is the ultimate blow-off match of Mania. All the rest of them, they can go and have another match, but this has to end now. And that promo work, honestly, I think about it like Kevin Owens didn't really actually do anything last night. No. He had a couple of lines in the ring, and that was it. Now Seth Rollins was MVP.
What Kevin Owens did yesterday was he sold. Yeah.
That's it. He sold. He didn't have to say anything. His body language, those facial expressions. Again, this is something that the WWE are actually really embracing without a crowd, is the acting of the performers. And you can tell in some ways, definitely with Seth Rollins, that they've let them off the leash. They have gone, right, we've got points now. You haven't got a live crowd in front of you. You can go and cut promos like you want. Just get these making points in. That's what I feel like is going on right now.
That's true, and you know what? The best heel promos are the ones that have a point. And Seth 100% had a point with his promo. But I have questions. We're going to address each question one by one. Number one, I think this is the most pertinent question. What was the result of Jericho versus Kevin Owens at the Mania after the Festival of Friendship? I've been busy. I haven't been able to Google it yet.
I'm sure KO won.
Yeah, so Seth Rollins' point of failure after failure after failure isn't quite ring true, but
that was for the US title.
Yes, it was for the US title. I think he's lost every other one, but one of them was a multi-man ladder match. Not really fair. Still, imagine having an L in the Mania column against Zack Ryder.
Not even Eve Torres has that.
Yeah, geez. Victoria, question. Why is walking around with just an open jacket on considered a good idea during a pandemic?
I can't answer that. What I can say is it's a nice jacket.
It's grown on me so much. I've got a similar jacket now. I hate myself.
Really?
Yeah.
Of course you have.
Nah, it's just like I saw the jacket. I was like, it's banging, and then it came, and I was like, oh.
Done.
Yeah.
What have I done?
No, it's still banging, and I still look amazing in it, but it's still a little bit like.
If we do not get a photo of that when we promoting this podcast of you in this jacket, I am disappointed.
Well, you're gonna stay disappointed. You can see it at Strong Style Weekend.
No, I can't. No, I can't. Why are you doing this to me?
Last question. I'm joking. It'll be too hot at Strong Style Weekend anyway. Last question. Did Seth Rollins start the women's revolution?
Victoria, this one's for you.
Why would you put that on me?
I wonder why, Tom.
I was kind of like,
Yeah.
right.
I'm talking too much, that's why.
I don't know what to say. I kind of get where he was coming from, I guess, but no.
I can't believe that you answered seriously.
Because now I'm actually thinking about it.
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
In all fairness, he did kind of bring something.
So let me ask you a different question. Who is more responsible for the women's revolution, Seth Rollins or Stephanie McMahon?
The answer is Triple H. Triple H is also responsible for British wrestling.
Oh, dear. Let's move on because we had two good... Let's move on because, like, you know, we could stay here for a very, very long time. Yeah, and this next section is called The Lion King. Who knows why it's called The Lion King? Well, so Tom is so upset and distraught that he's not even going to try and answer. So, Victoria?
It's the Undertaker AJ Styles.
And why is that, Tom?
Because I'm sure I messaged you all last week about this.
What?
It was the fact that Undertaker and Michelle McCool in a swimming pool stroking a live tiger.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of balls do you need to have to do that?
I mean, like, I didn't click on it because I didn't want my perception of The Undertaker to ever be ruined. But now I've seen it on WWE TV, and it's really weird. I couldn't take my eye off his wet braid. Phrasing. Anyway, are you done? Are you leaving the podcast? I'm there. All right, fine. It's finished. Like day 17 of quarantine. Anyway, we had two good promos and one bad, and it shows you can't win them all. And what did you guys make of this AJ promo? Because I thought it was just a bit... It got to where it needed to go eventually.
Bland.
Well, sorry, again.
What was that?
It was personal again, but like, AJ's really got something against Michelle McCool. And
what? No, like...
Never.
No, like no. No, you're not sure what it is. Oh, it's here. It's here in the bullet point. I sent you in the notes. Right, we basically just covered everything that we need to say here, because like the main thing I was going to say is I feel like having the club out with him in theory is meant to be a crutch for him to cut better promos because he's got someone to play off it, but I actually think it makes it worse. He spends too much time trying to pop them that he loses us.
Yeah, no, I get the sense of that sometimes. You can tell his three buddies just there trying to have a laugh and crack each other up.
It's just like, yeah, you know, you don't put the three class clowns together to do the class project, right, teacher Tom?
That is very, very correct.
Right, so it does leave two questions. I've just got lots of questions. Yeah, what the hell is a boneyard match, guys? And that's the main...
I mean,
that's actually the reason why I named this section The Lion King. It refers to Elephant Graveyard from The Lion King.
Yes, good. I got that. Honestly, if they don't do it, first of all, if they end up doing this in a cemetery, I'm just going to say surely the whole of the USA will end up in a lockdown at that point, and there's going to be a lot of barriers to cross. But I honestly have no fucking idea.
Victoria, do you have any idea what a boneyard match is?
No, he said it, and he said it with so much meaning and intensity. Like, okay, but what is that?
Yeah, no, just like I challenge you to a boneyard match. Yeah, what is it?
Like, I don't know what would have been more dead, the empty crowd or a crowd going, what is that? Just every crowd member turn into Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. Reggie!
Hey, so...
I don't know schools. I've never heard of a boneyard match before. It's my terrible Shaggy, everyone. I should have just gone with, like, Jamaican Shaggy, and it would have been hilarious. No, just imagine that. Scooby-Doo and, like, you know, Shaggy hanging out.
He'd talk normally and then he'd start rapping and you wouldn't understand a word he's saying.
Oh, jeez, are we going to talk about that? Anyway.
I'm just saying, when I was a kid listening to Shaggy, I was like, oh, he sounds so cool. What does he say? I have no idea.
I do have one more question. Isn't this entire thing a bit too far to go for someone to get back at someone for stealing your finishing move?
Possibly, but this is the WWE.
Yeah, you know what? Like, I feel like that's a solid explanation for everything we've seen over the last 2 weeks.
TWM podcasts are brought to you by We Love Sport, the fantastic app finding you your nearest sports bar showing the latest WWE pay-per-views. We Love Sport has over 400 of the best sports bars and pubs in the UK at your fingertips and allows you to book front row seats, giving you the best views of the action. You can also check out what sports are being shown over the next 7 days, making sure you don't miss a second of the action. Download the We Love Sport app on the App Store or Google Play Store. Follow We Love Sport on all social media platforms at We Love Sport UK and check out welovesport.co.
TWM Podcasts have joined forces with WrestleCrate, the original and best monthly theme, monthly wrestling subscription service to bring you a fantastic deal. If you use the code TWM Wrestling when you sign up to a monthly subscription at WrestleCrate.co.uk, you will receive a free item in your first month's box. Then, if you stay for another month, you'll get a second free item. And then, if you stay for a third month, you guessed it, we'll give you a third free item. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. WrestleCrate brings you the best swag from the biggest companies and names in the wrestling world. We're talking t-shirts, photos, pins, DVDs, vinyl figures, and loads more from WWE, Progress, Shakara, NXT, Fight Club Pro, and loads more. That's WrestleCrate.co.uk and use the code TWM Wrestling for up to free items, all thanks to WrestleCrate and TWM.
In other news, I've just bullet pointed again and people can react to it as it goes. I see whatever's going on with Angel and Charlie and I don't like it.
You know what? I was watching it and in my head straight away I was like, oh, Joseph's not going like this.
But we should talk.
All I could think about was you.
No one has ever said that to me before.
Oh, and no one ever will again.
He's not wrong, ladies. He's not wrong. So, yeah, let's talk about the segment attached to this. I feel like if I talk about it more, I'm going to cry.
I'm here for you.
Angel Garza, and so Latinos beat black people.
Okay, that's the angle we're taking. Well,
life is stressful sometimes, man.
You know what? It was good to see Cedric Alexander on an episode of Raw.
I feel like they got to use him more because swole.
I feel like it was out of necessity right now.
Yeah. But yeah,
this was a nice little match. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I've got to say, there was one thing. There was bits at the beginning with Angel Garza pretending he didn't know the rules of a tag team match.
Yes, there were. It was very Eddie Guerrero, and I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Yes, I really wanted him to. I really wanted them to play out like these two are not used to having tag team partners, so let's see what kind of things they go wrong. But then as they build in the match, they understand each other more and then absolutely demolish.
Yeah. I feel like they botched the finish.
Definitely. I think Cedric Alexander was completely out of it. I think he was supposed to kick out of that elbow. You see the ref go 1, 2, goes down for the 3. He's like, wait a minute. Oh, no, he's out. Do the 3.
So yeah, so Cedric Alexander probably comes to and he yells the immortal Cody Rhodes line. Victoria, do you know the immortal Cody Rhodes line?
No.
I'm really upset. The immortal Cody Rhodes line. It's not Cody Rhodes who said it. It's Ted DiBiase who said it. Cody Rhodes just quoted it. That's what we got audio. That referee, he was trying to fuck on me. And there goes no swear.
You didn't bring in the good place rules. Come on, man.
Honestly, when things are a little calmer, we're going to do a good place podcast.
I want to be on that one. Okay.
Well, of course, it's going to be me and you being the driving force behind that, and someone else is going to.
Of course we are. Oh, can we make wrestlers into good place characters?
We're moving on.
Just like EastEnders last week.
I see whatever's going on with Shayna and Charlie, and I kind of like it. Like Victoria, you can't laugh because I know that there's one person on this podcast who wants to get strapped down by Shayna Baszler, and that person does not live in Qatar.
Or does he?
Have I told a lie, Victoria?
Right now, Victoria is not able to comment. But if she was, her reaction would be...
I don't think Tom. I don't think Tom had a crush on this Raw. Otherwise, we'd call him out for that too. No. Well, Becky was on, I guess, but that's Tegan Knox is on Wednesday. Selena. Well, I suppose you're not very vocal about it.
I keep my crushes. I don't want to get cancelled one day. And I do not have a crush on Tegan Knox. It is Welsh pride, thank you very much. But also, champ.
Yeah. Anyway, this promo happened. That's why it's enough of news.
This was the most scripted promo of the show.
Well, it's like Shayna Baszler's all right on the mic. Don't sit her down and have an interview with her. Just have a talk.
Why do I feel like if they were obviously if part of this Raw was taped and part of this was live, this was definitely a tape segment. And it felt like Shayna thought it was going to be a tape segment.
Yeah.
Until she realized, no, you're going live. It's like, oh, pause.
Yeah. But either way, I'd much rather see a Charlie Caruso, Shayna Baszler romance than. Well, anyway, is question again? I'm just full of questions. Is Charlotte going to squash yet another NXT star, or is Rhea immune because she's tall and blonde? I know it's two absolutes coming head to head together in this WrestleMania match.
Is this what they call a paradox?
Yes, that is what you call a paradox. Victoria, what do you think the solution to this paradox is?
I think this is all right. I think this is actually going to be... I'm hoping they get given a lot of time, because I think they could have a great... But I really don't...
Well,
I have this feeling...
They gave Charlotte and Asuka a lot of time, and they showed it on this show, and I didn't watch it because it depresses me.
Yeah.
And that wasn't even the only replayed match they showed.
Oh, no. I watched the other match because that match genuinely brings me so much joy. I have no idea why, but like, I think it was at the peak of me being into WWE, but not like covering it all the time. Yeah, so like that match just epitomizes. Yeah, that match was incredible. Anyway, also on this Raw there were squashes from Aleister Black and the Street Profits. Street Profits fought some...
The Aleister Black squash I really enjoyed, actually.
He's beat... if he beats up 4 black people in a row before WrestleMania, I'm going to start to get offended.
I was gonna say Yahtzee.
I'm
joking.
No, because he beat Shelton Benjamin on main event. He beat this guy. If he's got a match next week and it's like Cedric, I'm done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In fact, he's already beaten Cedric, I swear. Anyway, that was Raw. Did I forget anything, guys?
2 seconds. Replays. 2 promos that were exactly the same, one after each other after break. Heyman at the beginning.
Yeah, Brock and... Oh, yeah. Well, like, that was a Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman promo in an empty arena. Do I need to elaborate?
It basically, it was shorter by about 3 minutes because there was no crowd interaction.
Yeah, exactly. So, Victoria, do you think that this promo is worth delving into? I just heard a giggle, so I'm going to say this a no.
I said no.
All right, then. Sorry, everyone. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that was Raw. I can't believe we missed out the first thing that happened on Raw. It's amazing. Anyway, that was Raw. You guys want to do any other business, or are you just going to talk about pandemics?
No, I was going to talk about the Mania matches that got made.
All right, then. Any other business, Tom?
Okay, so there were 2 Mania matches that were announced during Raw last night. So we're getting the Street Profits versus Andrade and your nemesis, as I'm now going to call him.
No, he's not. He's not.
Have you read the?
He's not my nemesis. Let's just get this clear. He's not my nemesis. Anyway. No. It's like
love rival.
No, not even. Like, I never had a chance. I was just. I could still look at her from afar. I just want her to be happy, okay?
Through a frosted window.
Exactly.
Through a frosted window. But the story that I've read that behind this being made is the fact that they can no longer go ahead with the 4-way match for the US title because Rey is actually in quarantine.
Coronavirus, it's getting real. Shit is getting real,
and it is relevant. it is a relevant mention. So we've got that, and then we've also got, I believe, Aleister Black versus Bobby Lashley.
Lashley. Do you think that Bobby Lashley is going to hit Aleister Black with his favorite pose before he gets hit with the black mass?
Oh no! That is.
Oh yes!
That is a sentence. A sentence that I never thought I would hear.
Victoria, is that something you'd appreciate?
No.
No, you don't want to see Bobby Lashley's favorite pose.
No.
Okay, there's a follow-up question, but it's me. I've pictured you enough already. Victoria, do you have any other business?
I just want to put great hits, both WWE and AEW and other promotions, just bringing us that little bit of entertainment during such a horrible time. So to have that little bit of escape, it's been nice. Yeah.
Yeah, like, did you guys see the social distancing match?
Oh, I have. Oh, it's hilarious.
You guys essentially took my any other businesses, so I'm just going to move on because everything I'm going to say is just going to be a hair trigger based on the fact that I've got work tomorrow. This has been TWM Wrestling. You can find us at twm.news. That's our website. You can find our podcasts. One podcast every day. Well, not every day. Six days of the week out of 7. One podcast 6 days of the week out of 7 on most places you can find your podcasts, and on YouTube. Check us out on YouTube, please, and subscribe. Like, subscribe, share our YouTube videos. Our social network is at TWM Wrestle everywhere. Tom, share your social media, and what have you got to promote?
Go on that Twitter at TD Walton, and what have I got to promote? If you have children right now who are stuck at home, please do not call it homeschooling. You are not doing homeschooling. You essentially are not actually teaching your children. You are helping and assisting, but you're not teaching them. We are still providing content for your children, and teachers are still working, even from home. We are still working very, very hard. Thank you very much for your support, but it's different from homeschooling. That is literally what that could have been any other business as well, actually.
I was going to say, my guy took 2 any other businesses. He's off the pod forever. Victoria. You've talked enough. Victoria, social media, do you have anything to promote?
Nothing to promote, but you can...
At Victoria Tezangi, or Tezangi Victoria? I'm sorry, I already follow you. It's like, I just see in your feed, I'm like, that's Victoria. Yes, friend of mine. My Twitter account, because I have got to promote this until I actually pull my finger out and get... The thing is, I don't have the time or the energy, but there's something I 100% need to do. And until I do that, my Twitter account is at Shirley Shells. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Raw Talk. I'll see you all next week.